And I am MC Duffs. We've got Naugrim fighting No Me. It's going to be a ZVP on the Shattered Temple. We're here at the ESL Go4SC2 Cup number 99. That's right, a little bit of eye roll there. We've got it's going to be an epic match, and we've seen a lot of epic matches already in this event, and it is currently sitting at 0-0, so this is an all-new series, best of 3, round number 7. And what do you think, Fire Silver?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. Naugrim, very, very nice and good player, and Nomi. I haven't seen Nomi before, so interesting to see what he's going to throw up in this game. This is Shattered Temple, and as far as I know, is this the ESL version or is it the normal version of Shattered Temple?
This is the ESL version of Shattered Temple.
Okay, so I think that might eliminate close ground position spawning. We'll have to see. But both players seem to be opening relatively standardly. Naugrim is going to scout with his Overlord, see the Nexus, and then pull away. But will Nomi go and scout with a probe and try and find out? Looks like he isn't. He does have a pylon down at the natural expansion, so he could see some sort of Forge Fast expand here, and that probe will see the Overlord there. Meanwhile, in Naugrim's base, we do see more and more drones coming out. He is now at 14 supply, and this is usually when the Zerg player will make his first building and decision on where exactly he's going with his game plan. As of yet, we see nothing for Naugrim. He's at 15 supply, and now he's moving a drone out, and it will be a 15 pool, so it will be going pool before gas or any sort of expansion. Nobi is scouting around and is trying to find out if he's gone for hatch first, and he will see that he hasn't at all, and he's just gone for the pull. So we could see a type of no gas Zerg opener here, which has been actually quite popularized. Spanishiwa made a very, very good build which involves no gas whatsoever for the early game of ZVP, so we'll see if that works for him.
All right.
Meanwhile, Nomi is throwing down his expansion.
There it is. Yes, that's right. With that Forge going down, laying down that expansion is definitely a good move. Now, we do see Naugrim throwing down his expansion as well, and that will be scouted from this probe. And that probe has gone around and seen the spawning pool and seen the other type of the build order here from Naugrim.
Yep, definitely. I mean, Nomi must be feeling quite safe. He's going to go for Forge, then Nexus without any cannons whatsoever. And he's still going without any cannons. Now the first cannons come down, but he still did go for that gateway first, so interesting why he went for that. Maybe he wants to get rid of that scouting Overlord. But two Zerglings are making their way across the field now as he does complete that wall, and as far as I can see, there may be a gap at the bottom there. I'm not sure.
I think there's a gap maybe in between where this probe is standing there. And that is exactly where the gap is. As we can see, the probe is blocking off those two Zerglings. They just now start attacking this probe, and the cannon gets finished just in time. Great play there by Nomi, keeping that probe there. Awesome. And it looks like Diestar has won 2-1, so Antahari, you get your wish. There is going to be a Terran game. Look at this. Another expansion going down by Naugrim. This is crazy.
Yep. I mean, he's not going to go for the gold because obviously his rocks there, and at the natural third there's also rocks. They're going to go straight to his natural fourth expansion. Is keeping this Zergling out, and rightfully so with Naugrim. When you see a Forge Fast expand as a Zerg player, you can really do one of two things. You can either go sort of very, very heavy one base put involving roaches, or you can just double expand. And Naugrim, he is very, very strong macro player, so I think it's the right move. His expansion is done now for Nomi. He is mining off it, and Naugrim is just purely droning up. We see no combat units, just hatcheries and drones playing proper Zerg style. Who needs units of Zerg? Just drones, drones, drones. More and more Zealots coming out now, blocking that small choke in the middle. He is making a total of 3 now. No upgrades being researched as of yet, but a Stalker is making its way out. I'm going to get rid of those Overlords. And I think Naugrim's got a hunch that one will be coming soon and is moving that out. Warp Gate technology is on the way, but not being Chrono Boosted, instead going for those units. Because, Nomi doesn't actually know whether he will be seeing a one base all in, because as far as he knows, Naugrim could have easily cancelled that second hatch and gone for some sort of one base roach. So kind of playing it safe and wants out as many units early game as possible. But no robotics as of yet, instead just sticking on gateway units. So maybe we might see some sort of Stargate play that we saw in the Metalopolis game against
Morph.
What was his name?
Morph. Yeah.
Morph, that's the one.
We very well could,
yes,
man. That could be going down. Now we do see Naugrim going for that lair tech as well as throwing down the Roach Warren as of now, and an Evo chamber. So looks like he will place down that Evo chamber in time if there was any type of air attack or aerial assault to come in. Now 4 gates here being built in the back of Nomi's base, and Nomi is chrono boosting out his warp tech as well as getting his level 1 attack upgrade. We are seeing some more extractors going down by Naugrim, and Naugrim securing his third base, his second expansion over here in the 3 o'clock natural expansion area. I mean, not 3 o'clock, sorry. I meant 9 o'clock, guys. I'm thinking opposite. Anyways.
I like this play by Nomi. Nomi. He does have 6 gateways down, and he is getting +1, so I think we're going to see a 6-gate timing attack here. There are 2 gates down at the natural, and 4 gates in the main. Yes, it is 6 gateways, and the early upgrade is a big giveaway, and, you know, this is really important that Naugrim does see this. He does see upgrading and being chrono boosted, so we should start seeing some units come out very, very soon. But this is the hard part, because he took that third base all the way over at the 4th. He's going to have a hard time defending it. He can make spine crawlers, but he's going to have to defend both places. And, you know, as Protoss engages, he's going to cut off the supply route between his main, his natural, and this 4th base. So bringing in more roaches to defend this expansion is going to be very, very hard. Naugrim is making 2 spine crawlers there, though, and he does have 2 at his natural as well. So maybe he's just hoping that Nomi's actually just not going to notice this 4th base and just attacking to the natural. And in which case, it's going to be hard just for that 4th base, but that shouldn't be that much of a problem, as Nomi does start moving in. There is a proxy pylon, or isn't a proxy pylon, is in his base, warping down onto the low ground, but there's the proxy pylon down now, and he will start engaging. But Naugrim, he doesn't really have that many roaches, and there's no observer on the field, so this is going to force Nomi to try to get out of there until he has some detection.
And Naugrim going for the burrow as well as the tunneling groove, so we will be able to move these roaches all around the force clusters of Nomi without Nomi seeing him. So Nomi's going to need to get out an observer very soon to try to thwart that burrow play. We are seeing the robotics facility now come down in question because he did see that burrow go down there, Fire Silver. He is aware of it. Roach speed is going to be the second upgrade, however, from Naugrim. So he got the tunneling grooves first, and then the roach speed, and also level 1 attack upgrade for the range attack has gone down. And it looks like Naugrim's actually going to go and try to expand to the high yield, as well as open the rocks up in the back of his base to get that 11 o'clock position.
Yep, definitely, and probably a good move. I mean, Naugrim's playing very psychologically here. He knew that his army was actually much, much weaker than Nomi's at the time, so he used the burrow, and, you know, he knew that Nomi would have to pull back if he didn't have an observer, and it worked off so well for him. And now he's taking a third at the gold, so he's making Protoss think that that is his first third. A really, really smart play here, so he's not going to go searching for any sort of hidden third whatsoever.
Did you see the reaction by Nomi as he placed down his high yield after he sent his units back from that push in? He threw down that robo as well as throwing down that high yield. So the high yield is on the way for Nomi, and I'll tell you, it's going to be kind of hard to defend against these burrowed roaches. He's going to need to get a lot of observers out on the field, and at least they don't cost much. It's not like you have to sell your children just to get an observer out on the field. But these roaches moving forward here. Let's see. We're going to have an engagement. Let's go and full screen this. As we see the roaches starting to do heavy damage, burrowing right underneath those force fields. Zerglings not able to get through. They're going to be the cleanup crew apparently as these stalkers single file go through the base. And I'll tell you, this is looking very hardcore for these roaches as they continue pushing forward. The Zerglings working on that high yield, as well as these roaches taking out as much as they can in this natural expansion. And he's got No Me on the ropes, dude. He's got No Me on the ropes. And with No Me bleeding from the mouth.
Noni just engaged. He had such a good position, but he didn't hold it. He pulled back to this wall and then went single file, just committing suicide nearly. He is getting an immortal out on the field, but still, you know, Naugrim now just pumping out roaches. He wants this win right here, right now.
And I don't know if I agree.
Ease up.
I don't know if I agree with the Colossus play. It looks like a Colossus on the way out as well. These Immortals may do a little bit better against the roaches here instead of that Colossus. We do have also another Immortal on the way and a second Colossus that will be built. These Zerglings just working their magic on that assimilator in the high yield. This Observer just checking out everything that Naugrim's got going on out here, as well as Naugrim just being able to continue upgrading, continue pumping out units, and just doing a little bit of poking to try to draw the force fields out of these sentries.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there is a point. I mean, he has got 3 Immortals on the field, so I think he knows that there is a point where Immortals will become very, very ineffective. So he is going to start getting out Colossus. He's trying to get out another Immortal there, but he is supply blocked, making 4 pylons in total. And I think Naugrim is just trying to get max now. He is making 12 Banelings, getting as many upgrades as he can, as well as an Overseer. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by any sort of Dark Templar play. But these 3 Immortals and 1 Colossus is going to push back this small roach force. He needs to start pulling in the higher tech. Infestors are on the way out. And I think Infestors have really become the metagame now for Zerg in all matchups. ZVT, they're great against Marines. ZVP, they're amazing. And actually, there is a drop going on in the main. Sorry for missing that. And Naugrim wiping out all of this, all of these pylons going down. And the Nexus looks like it will hold.
Oh man, this double prong attack is just amazing. That's right. We're seeing the roaches in the front of the natural expansion here by Nomi, and they're doing some heavy damage, as well as the roaches that were inside of his main base doing heavy damage. So with that being said, there is a high yield that just got finished up, so that gold standard is in play, guys.
Duff, you just want to recall quickly, there is some issues with Skype.
Is there? Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and recall that. No problem. So I'm going to recall this real fast, and we'll get everybody back in here, and we'll get this back going on.
Much better.
Fantastic. So Skype doing a little bit of funkiness. We do see some upgrades going down for the Carapace level 2, sorry guys, and the melee attack level 1. Let me get my head back in the game here, Fire Silver, as we are seeing Naugrim with, what is it, 65, it looks like 65 drones compared to the 44 probes that are out here for No Me. So No Me is only on the 2 bases, however, and there are 4 bases, now 5 bases being placed down for Naugrim. It looks like there is an engagement in the middle of the map. These Infestors getting caught off guard, fungal growthing, and a big drop going on. A bunch of Banelings dropping all over the forces here, going right after those Immortals. And those Immortals take some heavy shots, but it looks like they will survive, and the higher tier, higher tech units by Nomi will continue to survive as well, Fire.
Yeah, definitely 1 or 2 Banelings still in those Overlords, and it looks like that will not affect his supply whatsoever. He's got so many of them, but you know, he kind of engaged with half his army at a really bad time, and you saw Naugrim trying to pull back to rectify that, and he's got a small timing window now, Nomi, to cause a bit of damage, but Naugrim's just gone full-on roach again, nearly maxed with roaches, and he's going to easily destroy this army with those Zerglings to support against those Immortals.
But guess what, man? We've got Dark Templars on the way. The Dark Shrine has been laid down in that natural expansion as these roaches attack, move right into those Colossus, taking them out. These Immortals are done for, and give a letter to these Stalkers' families, if they have any, because they are dead. And we're seeing these roaches sit on that Xel'Naga watchtower, now burrowing down as these observers hang overhead and checking out those burrowed roaches. The 5th base has been laid down by Naugrim, and Naugrim is just continuing to build up his units.
Yep.